Anna Blair Etheridge, A Young Woman of Courage. Story by Priscilla Kirkpatrick. Illustrations by Ron Himmler. Chapter 1. "What's the news?" Annie shouted above the din of the cheering soldiers. "We've been called up," Frank Thompson, a soldier Annie had met, called back to her. "At last," Annie said, full of excitement. "Yes, it seems like we've been marching and drilling forever," the young man said as he approached her. "I know," Annie replied. "I joined the regiment to help free the slaves and keep our country together. All I've done so far, though, is wash a lot of soldiers' laundry. That's about to change. Orders have come down to pack up our things." Annie turned and raced to her tent. She wanted to tell the other women volunteers the news and to start packing up her few belongings. "Guess what?" she said as she burst through the door. "We've been called up. Soon we'll see some action and really be able to help our country's cause." Suzanne stared at her in disbelief. "You mean they're really going to send us to war?" "Of course. That's where we'll be needed," Annie said. "But when will I see my family again?" Ruth asked. "The wounded soldiers will need us," Annie explained, trying to be patient. "I don't think I can work with wounded soldiers," Sarah said, frowning. Annie looked around the tent at the 20 women who had been selected to join the 2nd Michigan Volunteer Regiment. "What were you thinking when you volunteered?" she asked. "That we'd just be doing laundry," Betsy answered. "Or cooking," Martha said. "I just needed meals and a place to stay. That's what I was working for. I couldn't find any other job," Kathleen explained. "Well, whatever any of you thought, we're headed for war. We better start packing," Annie said. "I'm not going," Suzanne declared. "We've done our term of duty. They can't make us stay. I'm going home, and I suggest the rest of you do the same." Annie looked around the room. The others were considering what Suzanne had said. They looked at each other. They looked at Suzanne, but they didn't look at Annie. Finally, Sarah said, "I think we're all going home, Annie. You're the youngest here, but you're also the bravest. Good luck to you." The others nodded in agreement. Flora Hubbard, the oldest, who was already a grandmother, came up to Annie and gave her a hug. "Take care, child," she said. They both had misty eyes as they embraced. Then each of the women turned away to start packing. 19 of the women prepared to head home. So in the summer of 1861, only Anna Blair Etheridge was headed to war. Chapter 2. Annie had never seen so many soldiers as when they left Washington. Her regiment had joined with others to form a brigade.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?